Why it froze again, but it should be running now. Silverfort Plevs moving on to the soft tyre. V-Spec coming in. Oh, sorry, V-Spec staying out. He started on the medium compound tyre. He moved on to a set of hards. He could get to the end of this race. He could stand to win on his debut. Roscoe Arm is still out there. BP has recently moved on to fresh tyres. And he's in third place, 3.5 seconds in front of Ferrari Pro, who has currently got his hands full with Costa, ACW, and Spicy. So, the battle's on. It'll be fascinating to see who comes out on top. Hopefully PlayStation doesn't screw me over. Hopefully.
Yeah, and another thing to see is that the clouds have rolled in. Could we see potential rain at the end of the race? I wonder if maybe that's why some drivers went onto the soft tire.
Maybe.
That's just that's just hyperbole.
There are definitely clouds around as Silverford overtakes Vengeance for P9, moving himself forward. His next target will be Plevs, but Plevs is on the same soft compound tyre as Costa and Ferrari Pro. Battle for position out of turn 11. Costa is well and truly on the back of Ferrari Pro now. Trying to find a way by out of turn 12, around turn 13. Bit of a wiggle there from Costa. Sorry, that was lag on Costa's end. Him moving about like that. Around the penultimate corner, around the final corner, turn 15, and back onto the main straightaway. Weaving down the main straight. Trying to break the slipstream as Roscoe Arm is overtaken by BP. His tyres are steadily giving up. He's taking the gamble, trying to get to the end on this rubber. He's now down to the final podium spot. It's now up to BP to try and catch up to Vertex to try and take the win away. Ferrari Pro behind in fourth. Costa in P5. ACW losing time. His teammates just behind him now. You can see the flashing red light at the back of ACW's car. He is low on battery as Pato gets a 3-second time penalty. Costa closing in, but not by enough it would seem. So they go through the chicane. Back on.
Oh, Marcus has gone again!
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Again, he makes another mistake.
Threw it away. And there goes his teammate. That's P10 now for Costa. Got too eager on the throttle, spun his car out. He's now down to P10. Wow-wee. Well, Ferrari Pro doesn't have to worry about anyone behind him now. He can keep his eyes firmly set on the cars in front. BP making his way out of the final corner. Now the gap sits at 1.6 seconds between the top two cars. It's lap 23 now. We've got 5 laps to go. 5 laps to sort this race out. BP Plebs sets a new fastest lap with a 32.481. Demonstrating the pace of the soft compound tyre. ACW still hanging on. Just about hanging on as well. Low on battery. He's got decent pace in that car. So he's able to hang on to P5. Ferrari Pro trying to catch up to Roscoe. The gap's 2 seconds now as Nick gets a 3-second time penalty. BP heading into the chicane. Turns 8 and 9. The gap sitting now at half a second. Make that 3:10 so Spicy overtakes his teammate. Spicy's into P5. Around turn 10. Oh, Vertex leaving the inside line open. Let's BP through. Can't quite fight back up down the inside.
I thought he would focus nose there for a brief moment.
Yeah, he thought about it and then he backed out. Running wide though there at turn 12. Could have been a warning. Roscoe desperately trying to hang on. No, he's done hanging on. He's in. Can't do it. He's into pit lane. That puts Ferrari Pro back onto the podium. His next target now is Vertex. The gap, 4.2 seconds. That's a lot to close in. Now to turn 2. Heading up towards turn 3. Gap sitting at 4.4. Vertex, he'll get DRS here. Or not quite, actually. He's just dropped out of that 1 second range. Oh, it was tight. Does he have it?
No.
No.
Yep. Just missed out. Just clicked over a second by the time he got to the detection zone.
Up towards the chicane. Turns 8 and 9. Ferrari Pro going deep on the brakes. Down to 3rd gear. The clouds are getting darker. The track is getting dimmer. Will we see some raindrops? I reckon we're not too far away. We're not too far away at all. Around turn 11, the gap shrinks to 3.5. Vengeance, Silderford battling for position. Vengeance with the inside line. Silderford trying to fight around the long way. Running wide, getting a 3-second time penalty. But Silderford's not done. He gets back in front of the Williams and takes P7 back. Vengeance looking around the outside. That turns to the inside into turn 14. Silderford leaves the door open. Does he send it down the inside here? The answer is no. He stays behind for now. Down the main straightaway, up towards turn 1. Plevs, ACW, these two have come together on a few occasions. They don't come together at turn 1. They get through turn 2. Heading up towards turn 3. You can see that flashing red light. Plevs himself, he's got a flashing red light. He's got under 10% battery. So both cars running low in terms of resources. Around turn 6 and then turn 7 back onto the Mistral straight. Over. Let's do anything. Heading up towards the chicane. He's close. Not close enough. Stays behind for now.
Yeah, he just can't do much of anything. He's just stuck with that DRS train. Part of them, meanwhile, overtaking Pump.
Yep.
At the chicane.
P10 is his now.
Yep.
And that's the most he can hope for. Costa's a bit too far out in front. 4.6 seconds in front to be exact. Pump's not done though. He's sitting in the slipstream heading around turn 10 towards turn 11. Again, not quite close enough to get by. Plevs giving ACW a hurry up. Trying to find a way by, but he's just a bit stuck. No battery to power pass, and both cars have DRS.
Yep. I don't think we're going to see any rain for the way it looks. I mean, we've got 2 laps to go too, so...
If we see any rain, it'll be very light, and won't have much of an effect in terms of changing the racetrack.
No. Keep your eye, though, on 2nd and 3rd, as Marcus Costa gets a 3-second time penalty.
Contact between ACW and Plevs at turn 3. It's happened again.
When will these two ever not get to come together? Goodness.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Happened again.
Yep.
Through the chicane. Ferrari Pro is now 8/10 behind Vertex. Those hard tyres, they've done their job, but they are falling off. They just don't have the pace anymore. And Ferrari Pro, he's gaining fast. Now, can Spicy find a way by? Can he take that final podium spot away? That's the question now. Can he do it? Be a lot to do.
I've got 1 more lap to settle it.
Around turn 13, up towards turn 14. Pump a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Around the final corner, back onto the main straightaway. Ferrari Pro with DRS open, closing in rapidly. Looks to the outside on the racing line towards turn 1. Sends it the long way round. Oh, but Vertex fights back. It's tight on the exit. Vertex hangs on.
Fair credit to hang on, though. I will say that.
Through 3. into 4, towards turn 5. You can see Spicy, he is now definitely involved. He's within a second of Ferrari Pro, so he will get DRS. Can Ferrari Pro find a way by? Down the Michel straight. He's using every bit of battery he's got left. Vertex is out of battery. Looking around the long way. It's Ferrari Pro. Vertex can't fight back. He's down to 3rd. Ferrari Pro runs wide. He's compromised at turn 9. It's now a drag race down the second part of the straight. It's tight. They're wheel to wheel almost as they head towards turn 10. Ferrari Pro though swooping round the long way. Trying to get in front. He is in front by a car width. Oh, Spicy goes into the back of Vertex, or at least got very close to the back of Vertex. Out of turn 11, towards turn 12. Can Spicy send it? Can he get a podium here in France? Out of 12, around turn 13, only a few corners remain. Meanwhile, out in front, it'll be BP V8 who takes the win here in France. But who'll take P2? Who'll take P3 as Spicy tries to send it down the inside? It's not enough. It is not enough. Ferrari Pro will finish in second. It'll be Vertex who completes the podium in his first race in the Elite Series.
Wow. And, yeah, great effort. 15 places, mind you. He started from 18th place, Vertex.
Yep.
And he made it work to get on the podium. Well done on your debut.
No, that's what happens when you get the strategy right.
Yeah.
He got lucky with a well-placed safety car, and as a result, he did a one-stop while everyone else had to do a two-stopper. And as a result, he would finish on the podium on his debut. And, fair credit, gets driver of the day. But no one was touching BP tonight. He was very fast out there today. Had so much speed, especially down the straights. He just looked completely untouchable. It's a 1-2 finish for Ferrari here at France. And completing the podium places is Vertex Spec on his Elite Series debut. So, the unofficial results of the French Grand Prix. BPV8 is your race winner with fastest lap. His teammate Ferrari Pro taking P2 and taking a healthy points haul out of this race, with Vertex on his debut for Red Bull, completing the podium places in third. Spicy P4, followed by Vengeance and ACW, Silderfort in 7th, then Plebs. Marcus Costa, with a race to forget, finishes in 9th. GeForce Pato in 10th, Hillez 11th, followed by Pump, Nick, Roscoe and Bags Liddell as our final points finisher. Outside of the points we have Andre, Marvelant, and 2 retirements in the form of Ghost Rider and Whitey, who brought out the race-changing safety car. Now, I'll go blue screen for just a moment. I'll invite the top 3. I might need to add Vertex as a friend, because he is new, but we'll be back in a few moments. Let's see here. Party. Hopefully they're appearing online. They are. Ferrari Pro. And them. And I better add Vertex Spec as a friend. Sometimes people can have a hard time joining if they're not on your friends list. Vertex, I believe it's underscore spec. Hello, BP. Hello, hello. I believe that's him there. Hello. How are you? Yeah, we're doing alright. Had an interesting race with one minor dilemma with the stream. For some reason, it decided to do the thing that it did in Miami. So I only missed out on like one, maybe two laps. Caught the rest of it. Had players gonna add Vertex on his debut. Finishes third. Not a bad effort, I'd say. Where is Vertex? Vertex, there you are. Oh, I'll make sure as well that his audio is working accordingly. Hello, Vertex. Hello. Now, we're going to do some post-race interviews if you'd like to join. Alright, sick. Now, I just want to make sure that your audio is working accordingly. Now, I don't own a PS5, so I don't know the settings. BP, could you take Vertex through the settings for me? They are. Oh, I did have them written down somewhere. Let's see if I can find them. Because yeah, no, I'm still stuck in poverty land with the PS4. Oh, they are tough to find at times. Oh. Yeah, you got to make sure that your party audio is, your sharing party audio is always allowed. Yeah, just to make sure. Sweet. Alrighty. We're all good to go then. A little bit of kerfuffle. That's okay. We all got through it nice and tidily. So, thank you, all three of you, for joining us here for a bit of post-race questioning. We'll start from third and we'll make our way up as usual. So, we'll start with you, Vertex. First of all, welcome to Race Spec. Nice to have you here. I noticed in the chat that you recently just took the full-time Red Bull seat. So welcome to the mayhem of the Elite Series. And it seems that you did pretty well today. Third place finish. You have to be pretty happy with that. Now, I just checked the stream just saying your audio settings are not quite correct because your audio is not coming through. See if I can't find that damn sheet of paper. I did have it written down somewhere.
Oh no, now that I think about the settings I was talking about is when the person streams, not...
Yeah, it's somewhere in party audio settings. So if you go into the party settings themselves, where is that damned piece of paper? I did have it written down somewhere. So, yeah, there should be a setting to always allow party audio.
Yeah, I got it here. Share your voice. All good.
Yeah,
Okay,
always
got it.
allow?
Yeah, it's allowed now, yeah.
Alright, so I just want to check.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming through, you beauty. Alright, it's working. Good.
Alright, awesome.
Alright, I got that out of the way. But, yeah, you were talking about that the strategy during that race, how it all just sort of fell into place. Qualifying, though, didn't really go your way, did it?
I'll be honest, I didn't know about what track until like 10 minutes before the race. I kind of knew France well enough, but not, obviously as well as I wanted to.
Yep.
Have wanted as obviously for a league race, so I just figured try and just aim for a better result in the race, and luckily it fell into place. But yeah, definitely I'll make sure I get more than nil practice for a race.
Well, you kept out of trouble during that race without any practice, so I'd say you did pretty well, because a fair few of our experienced campaigners got into some trouble over the course of this one, so give yourself a pat on the back for that. But yeah, no, that safety car just came out at the right time for you, and you were on the right strategy for that time.
Yeah. Again, it was just luck. But yeah, it was excellent racing, you guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more in the future. So yeah.
You kept it together. That was the main thing. After that, keeping it together, keeping it calm. Did you get any time penalties next to your name?
No.
And no, and unfortunately, those two that did pass you, they were on faster tyres, so there wasn't really much you could do about it at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But no, a fantastic debut, a podium finish after no practice.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all. KD, have you got anything to ask Vertex while he's here?
Well, since this was your debut race, did you have any sort of butterflies coming into this? Even though, like you mentioned, you did have no practice, but how was your confidence level?
I was trying to keep my expectations realistic, because look, like, I've raced with a few of the guys in this tier. I've raced with Pump, Bags, Roscoe and that, but it's, you're always trying to put on your best while you're racing with a new group. So yeah, it's there's always going to be butterflies, but I think I've kind of sent a message saying, like, yeah, I can race. Hopefully, but I will admit though, it was some luck with the safety car, but that's racing, and yeah.
But, one final question for you, Vertex. Next week, we're heading over to Brazil at Autodromo José Carlos Pache. How do you feel heading into next week at Interlagos?
It's not a track I've had much practice on in terms of no assists, but I'll definitely put in some hours over the week, and hopefully I can show up ready to perform.
All right.
Yeah. By
the way, it's a sprint race.
Ooh, I like that.
So just like it is in real life, we'll be doing qualifying, a sprint, and then the main race. So it's going to be nice and long. And unlike real life Formula 1, top 10 score points, not top 8. So
no, that's good. That's fair.
No, it'll be very interesting next week. Well, best of luck for next week. Hopefully get a bit more practice in. But for now, congrats on a pretty nice debut. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That's we'll move on to P2, Mr. Ferrari Pro. Not a bad effort from you today, son. You got pole position at the end of qualifying. Pretty happy with that?
Yeah, I'm actually really stoked with pole. Pretty. Sorry, I'm just a bit pretty confused right now. Just something, but yeah, I'm really happy with pole actually. I thought I had a really good qualifying pace, and sorry, just something's happening with bloody Marcus right now, and really annoyed me.
Oh, okay.
He's DM'd me for apparently cutting one of the lines to the pit, entry or exit, I don't know what one. And
well, that was something I picked up during the stream, was that Marcus was very close to cutting one of the white lines at pit exit. Because I had a nice view. Looking back from your point of view, I think it was your point of view. It might have been ACW's. One of the two. Yeah, he got very close. But all in all, Marcus had a difficult race today. You, though, seemed to keep it pretty composed out there, I'd say. How was it on your end?
Yeah, I was actually really happy with the actual race pace, So going up to around lap 11, I was feeling... I think it was lap 11 the safety car came out, or something around there, but... I was feeling pretty confident in the lead and just eventually getting overtaken by a BP and staying in the slipstream.
Yep.
But then eventually the safety car came out, and that's when I kind of got a bit mad because, I I was having a nice race. We were breaking a bit. We were breaking a massive gap actually to the rest of the field, and a safety car comes out.
Yep. Always happens.
No, but it actually wasn't terribly hard of a race. Like the actual track, like the racing was bloody awesome and hard. But it was a really good race. Really happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the undercut also I got on some drivers.
Yeah, no, the undercut proved to be pretty effective during that two-stopper. You made that work pretty damn well. And yeah, you generally seem to have pretty decent pace all the way through. Just didn't quite have the pace of BP throughout that one. But still, a P2 finish, and with Marcus finishing, I think it was down in 9th. This is a huge swing in your favour heading into the next round. I think with you finishing P2, that's 23. With 9th, oh goodness, what's 9th? 7,
I believe.
So it's a 16-point swing in your favour, which reduces the gap to 24 heading into the next round, which is a sprint. So got a lot of points available in that.
Yeah.
So no, this is a nice result for you to have in the context of the championship. Now, KD, do you have anything to ask Ferrari Pro?
Well, with that sort of momentum swing, how do you think you're gonna fare in the next coming rounds? Especially with you got two more sprints coming up as well. You've got more points on the table too.
Yeah, a lot of the coming rounds actually, like Brazil, I think a bit of Melbourne, I usually have a decent kind of luck there, kind of up and down. But mostly Brazil, I've seen to have some solid races around there on the wheel and that. No, I'm looking forward to that one, and the remaining rounds also. You know, just got to keep up the grind. Try a race as best as we can. You know, I don't want to have any controversial things between like me and Marcus and the rest of the field, because like we're all here to race clean, to have hard racing, and to have that competitive edge over each other. So I'm just really hoping that we can just do it on track.
But I was going to ask you for your opinion about next week heading into Brazil, but I think you pretty much summed it up just with that brief little comment you made. You're looking forward to next week's race in Brazil. I too am looking forward to next week's race in Brazil, because in my opinion it's the best racetrack in the world. But
it's good, eh? It's
the racing
nice
that
little
Interlagos produces is second to none. It is insane how good it can be. And in real life as well. You can list off the year, and you can tell everyone what the famous race was during that year. It just turns it on. So I'm looking forward to next week. But for now, Ferrari Pro, congratulations on your P2 finish. Well done.
Thank you very much, boys, and congrats to BP and Vertex. Yeah, congrats, boys.
Cheers, lad.
But speaking of which, BP, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the race win.
Yep, thank you.
You were fast today again, man. You got that straight line speed, man, that no one else has got.
Yeah, single digit wings again.
Ooh.
Single digit around France?
How was that during qualifying?
Qualifying, it's pretty hard. I only use like the 2 sets tires because I went the harder option.
Oh, okay.
A few brown pants moments.
No, not really. It's fairly gropey on the soft. It's just a bit of understeer. Like, I completely missed turn 1. I mean, not turn 1. I understeered it coming out of turn 2 and lost about 1/10 and a half.
Yeah.
On the final run, so it's unfortunate, but still got a front row, so it's still a good starting spot.
But no, you compensated in the race big time. That thing was fast.
Yeah, I tried to get to I really wanted to get the lead like instantly, so like I wouldn't have to deal with dirty air, because that's a real pain with the low wing. So yeah, the dirty air was not fun. So, and I overdrove it a bit in the first couple of corners, ended up dropping a spot, but yeah, just had to work my way back.
Yeah, no, and you got back up towards behind your teammate, and eventually breezed by you. It was like you walked past him while he was standing still. That's what it looked like.
Midly, the straight line speed between us wasn't too much different, I don't think. It would have only been about like 5 or 6 Ks, I think.
That can make a difference at the end of the straightaway.
Typically the second part, like the straight to the long right-hander after the middle chicane, that's where the wings really come into play.
Yeah,
it wasn't a massive difference, so I had to use like a fair amount of battery to get around, then to break the DRS. And yeah, well, the hards have felt great. Then a safety car came out.
Yep, and that flipped the strategy upside down, didn't it?
Well, I had a feeling. I went, just in case, I'm going to flick like the harder option for France, because France is a tyre eater.
Yeah.
So go the harder option. Yes, I'll pay for it in quali, but it could go my way in the race. And yeah, 2 sets of mediums. The car felt even better on the medium.
Yep, fair enough. And you clawed your way up through, got to the front again, and went for a 2-stopper. And Vertex.
At one point, I thought of like trying to stick it out. Then 1 or 2 people behind also pitted, who went under the safety car. So I was like, okay, yep, I can do this.
Yep, fair enough. But you're charged back up through. How was it from your end? Was it all clean? Was it all fairly straightforward?
Yeah, I didn't have any like wild moments at all. Just I knew I had time because I was only a couple of spots back from the front, and I knew like the first couple laps after a safety car, like worn hards, they take forever to get to grip again. So it's just kind of picking the moments, and with the faster warm up, fresher tires, like less wings, kind of just pick the moment and go for it.
Yep. And eventually you got by Vertex.
Yeah.
It was at turn 11, if I recall.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to go like past there. I was trying to just aim for the main straight, but there was a big moment in the middle chicane. It's like, okay, I guess it's now. And it's a hairy spot. It was a really hairy spot to like try and overtake in that right-hander. And I could see he was going in wide to do the over-under, like to cut back underneath. So I just kept it tight. Yep. And with the extra grip, I was able to get out. But he did well considering how much older his tyres were.
Yeah, I agree. Did very well on considerably older and harder tyres.
Yep. Yeah, the strategy fell in his favour, and he made it work.
Yep, absolutely. But no, you made your car work today, BP. It looked fast. It looked in control.
Yeah, unlike Mexico, I have done laps around this route before.
Yeah, right. So you came in with some actual experience.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the other race I did here, I got taken out by a guy who pit and quit, and his AI came back out and track.
Oh, yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, I was on for a win that race, but yeah, I didn't get that. So it's good to get one now.
Yeah, some compensation, I suppose, from your earlier dilemmas. So, but no, a massive result here in France. KD, do you have anything to ask the race winner?
Nothing too much, other than just massive congratulations. He was just cruise control for what it looked, and never looked back.
I wouldn't say cruise control. He's still trying to hit the marks.
I mean, it looked like you were in cruise control, man. Come on. You were a damn rocket ship on a straight line, and no one could catch you for quite a while.
Well, it's a lot easier to pass in the straights than windy sections.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Very, very, very true. But BP, will you be racing with us next week? In
Brazil for sure. If there's a spot open, I'll be there for Brazil.
Keen for it then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the track. I haven't raced there yet, so it's going to be somewhat like Mexico, but yeah, we'll see how low the wings can go.
Well, low wings could probably work decently well at Interlagos. You do have some fairly long straight bits on the circuit where you need that top speed.
Yeah, well, I'll find out next weekend, next Sunday.
Well, best of luck then for next week.
Yep,
but
thank
for now,
you.
Congratulations on winning the French Grand Prix. Well done.
Thank you.
But I think, KD, I'll wrap everything up. Not bad.
Yes, it will. Yeah, not bad at all.
I've definitely seen worse here at Circuit Paul Ricard, that's for sure. Oh, and Broke Vegan doing his traditional I Love Ferrari Pro spam in chat. Unfortunately, he left Vegan during our final interview. Seems that a few drivers are having some words to one another after the events that took place here at Circuit Paul Ricard. But no, to think that, well, I guess it's up to players on whether or not we'll see this track next season. We could genuinely be saying goodbye to this place. So it'll be a bit sad to see it go, because it can produce some interesting racing at times, like we saw tonight, and sometimes it can create actual Formula 1 racing where it's quite boring. So tonight was one of those nights where we had some entertainment. It wasn't too bad. But thank you again, KD, for joining me here. Your help once again has been dearly appreciated.
Of course.
But I think, folks, I'll wrap everything up for this week on the Elite Series. Oh, and an interesting race it was. I've been LaneEveringham. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for round 12 of the championship at Autodromo José Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Until then, it's goodbye.